welcome to the Keyboard Road Warrior with me, MoviesCast007, where we play Euro Truck Simulator 2 with a laptop and its keyboard. So, we are in Croydon, which is just outside London. In reality, Croydon is considered somewhat a part of London, although it's not connected to the tube network yet. It is somewhat considered part of London. I don't think people of Croydon consider that to be the truth, but I think in general, it's as with other places like Tottenham, it's kind of been swallowed by London. So, this is where we are. There isn't really a great deal of Croydon to explore. We could essentially do a circle. But there is nowhere for us to get our lorry fixed, so what I might do is a little loop and then up here and head into London town itself so that I can get repaired in London. Alright, maybe I will, maybe I won't. We'll see. Let's rest first, anyway. No, sorry. Actually, let's just see what the job market holds for us. We're going to rest, so I mean, none of this stuff is going to be valid, probably. But from Croydon, wow, Gosich. Big money, but it's got to be done quickly. Hey, let's do what I was going to do. Let's just head to London. Let's get the truck repaired and get some sleep. So, we need to put parking brakes on. We need to make an exit. Remembering that we're in the UK and that we've got to drive on t'other side of the road, as they say in Yorkshire. To the side of the road. Right, after this white car. So obviously we're not buying the garage in Croydon because well, it's not a capital, and it's not a vehicle manufacturer's location. Pretty sure that after we buy our next garage, we'll still have £1 million, which is nice. It's nice to see the bank balance have a healthy reserve. Yeah, let's just head into London. Just double check I'm actually going. No, I'm not going in the right direction for London. Okay. We're going to take a right. I'm going to loop and go back the other way. This is a road that we can miss because it doesn't have... Why are you going so slow? Is there some reason why you're going so damn slow? Right, we are going to get you out of our way. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, that road probably had to be got because it's not a through route for anywhere else, so... where are we going? Taking a left and then a right. Ah, damn it. Well, that's to be expected given that I was clearly in a hurry. Although, I've got to be honest, I thought the green light would give me some leeway, but and would give me right of way as well. The driver's leveled up. I don't know why it's so hard for me to stay under the speed limit in this game, and not a problem for me in real life, but there we go. Right, let's quickly check the map to see where. Right, we're going to go straight ahead and then take a right and then a left at the roundabout. Oh, I can't be asked. Let's take the fine. Oh, no fine. Okay. Let the world know that we're turning right. Damn it, I've been quite quiet. I do apologise. And I didn't put my parking brake on. Right, so we are heading to get ourselves repaired. It's quite funny. London should be so much bigger than it is in this game. So much bigger. I mean, it's a labyrinth. It's just, you can't even imagine how much bigger it is. It's one of the biggest cities in Europe, and it's actually quite small. There are bigger cities in this game than London. Okay, that's going to get annoying in a minute. When I can reach over, I'm going to turn it off. Oh, I did it itself. Right, so let's repair. And let's get some rest, and then let's see what jobs we have in London. 5,662. Yeah. 778 for the engine, 310 for the transmission, 1388 for the chassis, 2,753 for the cabin, and 434 for the tyres. So a grand total of 5,662. Well, we knew that was going to be bad, given that we had 2 accidents. But you know, such is life. Right, let's get ourselves parked. Engine off. Where are we? We're 11 o'clock in the morning, so where will that take us to? It's 8 in the evening. 5 in the morning, I think we're going to get early afternoon. Oh no, we're not allowed to. Ah, curses. Okay. Right. So, let's get ourselves some gainful employment. What's in Croydon? Just out of interest. Helsinki. Ooh, could we get... We might be able to get back to London for Helsinki, because Helsinki, I'll remind you, is a capital. Is Bratislava. Because we do want capitals, but Helsinki is obviously it's obviously a capital in the ProMods part of the map. Bratislava is the capital of Slovakia. We're going to do that. We're going to go to Bratislava, capital of Slovakia. Actually, do we have... do we have Bratislava? Just... No, we don't. Excellent. So, let's make Bratislava our next destination. And obviously I need to get my photo. So let's get that nice and centered. That's not too bad. Right, okay, let's head to pick up our load. Right, forward we go. This is a bit quiet actually. Whoa, 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 whoa. Ugh. So we're turning right. And I can't see anything because I'm at the wrong bleeding angle. Alright, let's... pressing the wrong button. The problem with the keyboard and steering is that you're not holding the steering wheel, it's not as obvious. Okay. Taking a right turn. So we're fully fueled with petrol. We are fully rested, and our truck is fully repaired. So we should be golden for this journey. Wow, this red light is interminable. In real life, I find the fastest way to make a light turn for you is to disengage the gear, disengage the clutch, and engage the handbrake. I know it's nonsense, but it does fit. You sit there and wait with your foot on the clutch, with the car in gear, and nothing changes. And then the second you disengage the gear, take your foot off the clutch, put the handbrake on, the lights turn. It's a nonsense, obviously, but it does. Right, there we are. NBFC, that's where our load is. I do wish I would remember to check what it is that I'm carrying. I seem to forget all the time to check. And we're taking lead. Bloody hell. Okay, liquid lead. Does that mean it's going to be unstable? Let's see if I can't get this hooked up properly the first time. And there we are. He's back. So, we're on our way. We're on our load. We've got our load. We're on our way to Bratislava. It's going to be our next garage. We should have, by the time we get there, we should have enough money to kit it out with 5 drivers and an upgrade. And after you, sir, and after you, sir. We'll go. So, today I'm going to talk about politics as entertainment. And the reason I want to do that is because I finally got to see the American version of House of Cards, or at least some of it. Here in New Zealand for 1 week, I think. They were offering the chance to watch the entire first series online. Not my preferred way of watching a television program on a computer, or on a computer connected to a television, because the quality of the image tends not to match up to the quality of an HD TV image. But there's not really a great deal I can do about that. But I've wanted to watch this for quite a while, and it's only available on Netflix in the United Kingdom, for obvious reasons. It's a Netflix program. They want you watching it on Netflix. But in New Zealand, where I am, Netflix isn't a thing. It's not a service that's available. and so quite reasonably they have sold it to a TV channel, in this case in New Zealand here, TV3. TV3 have the online on-demand watch again on the internet that almost all Western style TV stations offer now. Yeah, I knew I was speeding. And I knew I was going to run a red light. It's become my thing now, running red lights and speeding. I don't know whether I've driven on this road or not yet. But I've kind of been burnt, or I've kind of been made a little bit gun-shy of travelling around cities, exploring them by my experience in Copenhagen. So I've not really done the rounds in London and Croydon like I probably should have. There you go. So yes, that's why I've suddenly developed an interest in. I mean, I've always had a kind of interest in politics as entertainment. One of my favourite TV shows of the early 2000s was The West Wing. I absolutely loved that programme. I still have all the DVDs, box sets. Periodically, I will pick them up and go through them. If there's an episode on television, I'm quite happy to sit and watch it. I think it's a fantastic television programme. It's amazingly well written. Obviously, for me, the first 5 series are where it's at for me, because those are the Aaron Sorkin episodes, and that to me is where the show had most of its bollocks and most of its balls, not bollocks, most of its balls and most of its cohesion. But obviously Aaron Sorkin had an issue getting drafts of screenplays in time for shooting, and it became an issue for the filmmakers when they were making the TV program, because it made it difficult to plan, and it made it more expensive because they were having to do stuff more at the last minute. And anybody will tell you, you try to buy anything at the last minute apart from maybe a plane ticket, and it will. I have no idea how on earth I managed to avoid damaging my load, the cargo on that. There you go. I keep telling people to slow down at junctions, and what the actual F? Okay, that was bizarre. Did you? All of the vehicles just suddenly paused because I appeared on the road. That was really bizarre. So it's I love politics. I remember watching the original House of Cards, the British TV series, which was set in Westminster in London, and I remember being fascinated by that and loving that and finding it hugely entertaining, and its 2 sequels, To Play the King and The Final Cut, I think it's called. And I remember loving Yes Minister and Yes Prime Minister, which was the 1980s sort of comedic version of House of Cards, with Sir Humphrey Appleby as the senior civil servant, and his final sort of words at the end of every episode: "Yes, Minister," or "Yes, Prime Minister." I love the thick of it, and In the Loop, which are a sweary version of that, with the iconic Malcolm Tucker, played by Peter Capaldi, who is of course is now the 12th Doctor Who. Look, all those cars just sitting there. That's just absolutely ludicrous and so totally unnecessary, and something that will be fixed by 1.9 as soon as 1.9 becomes available. So we are 24. We have 24 hours left of our estimated journey time. We've got now 9.5 hours until we have to rest, and we've got 45 hours to deliver this car. Ooh, keeping for 9 hours until we have to rest, and is it 48? 45 hours until we have to. 45 hours to get this delivered before we're late. So that shouldn't be a problem. We've got twice as much time as we need. We will get a sleep in there somewhere. I'm going to string it out as long as I possibly can for the first snooze. Actually no, we'll get some rest, hopefully, on the ferry. Or will we go? Oh, we might be Eurotunnel again, which means no rest. Alright, better take cruise control off, given that we're now slowing. And I don't want to have another near miss on one of these exit entry ramps like I did just not 5 minutes ago. Oh, no, took it a little bit too far there. So let's let the world know that we're turning left. We're going to be stuck here for a while because... Oh, hello. Oh, that was good. That went better than I thought it would. I thought I was going to graze the barrier, but I didn't. The thrust of House of Cards, it's been adapted. Essentially, it was a book written by an English former MP called Michael Dodds, and his book was what would happen after Margaret Thatcher ceased to be MP. Bearing in mind, when he wrote it, Margaret Thatcher had been MP for a decade, PM for a decade. She'd been the leader of the country. There were people at school who'd known only Margaret Thatcher as their Prime Minister. I was 9 when she came to power. I don't remember the previous politicians because politics was so completely uninteresting for a boy of my age. And I only remember Margaret Thatcher because she had an influence on education. She took them. We used to get free milk at school. And when she was the education minister, she stopped that, and for briefly she became known as Thatcher Milk Snatcher. Yes, the British are masters of rhyme. Oh, are you kidding me? Okay, I can go back now. He wrote a book, and then a year or two later it became a television series, and the first episode debuted 10 days before Margaret Thatcher was ousted by her cabinet and her party. So it became extraordinarily relevant, and in fact the guy that won the party leadership, John Major, who became the next British Prime Minister, and his entire team stopped what they were doing while they were preparing for their leadership battle to watch the first episode of this program. And in fact, they're all. I think there are 3 episodes. There are 3 series, and each series has 3 episodes. Yeah, damn it! It's Eurotunnel, which means no sleep till Brooklyn. Sorry, obscure 1980s hip-hop reference. So it won't be the first one, and it won't be. That's an exit. That's a car one. So this one should be for us. Awesome. And we're going to go down the left-hand channel because there's a queue on the right. Let's slow down just a little. Right, it does. I do find it quite bizarre that when you're getting a rest, you have to turn the engine off and then hit the enter key. But when you're getting a ferry, you don't. So we're going to Calais. Half an hour, £240. No rest. It's a shame. I would like to have snatched some rest on the ferry, but that ain't happening, dude. So, we are in Calais. Our engine is still on, which is bizarre because you absolutely cannot run your engines in on the train. I know this because I've been on a couple of the vehicle ferries on coach trips to go skiing in Italy. You absolutely cannot leave your engines on, and you have to get out of the vehicle as well. You can't stay in the vehicle. You can't leave the area. You're stuck in the vicinity of the vehicle, but right, we are in mainland Europe, so I need to be on the right-hand side of the road. So it might take a couple of seconds. I think I'm going to stay on this side of the road anyway, just so that my brain locks that info in. It is so much easier to drive when you are on the correct side of the vehicle for the road you're driving on. It makes it so much easier to do things like overtaking. We need to be on this side because we're turning left. Alrighty. Whew. Right, left here. It's a tight turn, but I managed it without damaging anything. Alright, you remember that I headbutted when I thought I was in desperate need to get to a rest spot. I headbutted one of those poles on an exit road like this, needlessly, as it turned out, because I had more time than I thought I had. Alright then, off we go. Mainland Europe, boom. Right, we are in France, which means that we're going to hit one or two toll booths on the way out of France and into Germany and Belgium. Are we going through Belgium? Probably not. I think we'll probably go through southern Germany and then Austria and then Slovakia, which is our ultimate destination. Ooh, nice fat wad from one of our drivers. I'm loving it. So Bratislava or bust. Let's see where we are in 8 hours. We've got plenty of time before we've got to get a rest, which is good. I might have to pause the video to download the footage before we get there. But that's fine. God, sorry, I'm still getting rid of the last remnants of this cold that I was carrying through the Australian Grand Prix. But there we go. So yes. So the character in the British version, and in fact the book, the main character, the lead character, the one that we're all loving to hate, is a chap called Francis Urquhart. Urquhart isn't really a name that translates very well to American audiences, and I don't think they would have believed that there would be a character called Urquhart. So they've changed the surname. They've kept Francis, but they've actually they've used the surname of one of the founding members of the US Congress, a chap called Underhill. So the guy in the American version is called Francis Underhill. He's played by the frankly outstanding actor Kevin Spacey, actor of a generation, Oscar-winning actor, one of the best actors working today, which is saying something. There are a tremendous amount of really, really good actors out there. But he is one of the elite. He's capable of telling you what the character's saying with some of the simplest of gestures, which sounds like it should be an easy skill, but it just seems to be beyond most American actors. Most American actors have 3 facial expressions, and they're not capable of playing a bad guy. They just I don't know what it is about the process of becoming an actor in America, but it seems like you have to be the good guy. You can't have that bad guy thing on your CV. For American audiences, by CV I mean resume. It's a shortened form of the Latin curriculum vitae. So yes, they don't seem to want to play bad guys. It seems like they think it will be bad for their career if they play a bad guy. I don't know where on earth they're getting this moronic idea that they have to be the good guy all the time. But there you go. And this is a habit which has benefited British actors. So many British actors get to play fantastic, scenery-chewing bad guys, awesome character, or wonderful characters, simply because either American actors just aren't capable of doing it or aren't prepared to do it, because they want to be the good guy. That's fine. That's fine if that's what they want to do. But what it does mean is that when there's an actor, an American actor that's capable and willing and able, they get. It doesn't matter what they look like. They don't have to be at all sexy or buff. They will get the roles because they are prepared to play the parts. Philip Seymour Hoffman, who sadly died earlier this year, was one such guy. He was not limited in his choice of roles by his desire to play good guys. Willem Dafoe, although he's probably most famously known for playing the good guy captain, is it Barnes or Elias, I forget now, in Platoon, played some fantastic bad guys. Kevin Spacey, obviously, and John Malkovich. That guy can eat most American actors for breakfast. Christopher Walken. There are a handful of fantastic actors out there who truly deserve all the plaudits they get, because they're not bound by this moronic and ridiculous desire to play the good guy all the time, and they're prepared to put themselves out there and to do things that a lot of American actors wouldn't do. So yes, Kevin Spacey plays Francis Underhill. He's the US Congressman for the 5th District of South Carolina. He is the whip, the majority whip. That means that his job in Congress is to make sure that all the other he plays a Democrat, by the way, which is unusual. He's a bad guy Democrat. It's very unusual, but especially given that in the British version, Francis Urquhart is a Tory, which is more in line with the Republican Party. But maybe just for balance, they wanted to switch parties. Maybe they felt that it would be unrealistic, given what the GOP, and for non-American viewers, that GOP is Grand Old Party, which is the nickname for the Republicans. Given that the Republicans have kind of poisoned the well for their own for themselves with some of their attitudes of late, that they are determined to they're in a futile attempt to repeal probably one of the most sensible, one of the best pieces of legislation that's been gifted to the American public in such a long time, and that is universal healthcare. The affordable healthcare, which they tried to belittle by calling it Obamacare, is a fantastic piece of legislation. It's not complete universal healthcare. You still have to have health insurance, but it is a fraction of the cost of healthcare now, and health insurers are not allowed to discriminate against people who have a pre-existing health problem like cancer or HIV or anything like that. They're not allowed to refuse to insure them like they used to be able to. To put this into context, the frankly brilliant TV program Breaking Bad wouldn't exist if the Affordable Care Act had been a thing when Vince Gilligan was creating the TV program. Breaking Bad wouldn't exist at all in Canada or the UK because it can't happen. You're not. The only thing you pay for in the UK is your dental care and your prescriptions. And when you buy your prescription medicine, you pay for one prescription. So the doctor tries to load you up with as many drugs as possible in one prescription, so that you only have to pay the one fee, which is £7. When I left the UK, it was £7.50, which is about $12 US. About 14, probably $15 New Zealand. That's all you have to pay. So that's what, and that would be all you'd pay. Whereas in the United States, at the time of writing, you had to pay for everything, every scan, every drug prescription, every meeting with a doctor, every hospital visit. Like a hospital visit can cost you $20,000 to $40,000 US. And in fact, at the moment, there's a case going through where a fellow is suing his rescuers for not getting to him quickly enough, because his hospital bill is $45,000, and he wants that paid. Even though his hospital visit was through no fault of his own, it's going to cost him $45,000 to pay it, because he hasn't got health insurance. Even if you've got health insurance, that it still ends up costing you money. You have a certain budget that you're allowed to spend on healthcare, and outside that, once you've reached that cap, you have to start paying for it yourself. It's a horrifying system that I just cannot fathom. Oh, look at that nice big jumbo jet landing. That I cannot fathom anyone would think was a good idea. Healthcare should be free. You should never have to judge whether you're going to visit the hospital based on whether you can afford it or not. It should never be like that. And Americans have got this way thanks to their war with the Soviet Union. Anything where everyone pays up front for everyone is considered socialism and communism, even though socialism and communism are two very different things. I wouldn't describe myself as a socialist, but I do think that the Americans have got a twisted idea of what socialism is all about, and they do have some socialist programs. Their army, their police force, their fire departments are all socialist programs where everyone pays up front. Their road building programs are all socialist programs where everyone pays up front and things get done. No one in their right mind would ever argue that these things are a bad idea, but they do have this weird hypocrisy when it comes to healthcare that I just frankly cannot wrap my head around. I don't understand their resistance to their refusal to see what frankly brilliant idea universal healthcare is. Everybody is looked after. Now, wealthy people will say, well, I don't want to pay for poor people's healthcare. You will ultimately benefit. If you own a business and you have universal healthcare, your business saves money because you're not having to provide healthcare for your employees. You save money on that front. Your employees, if you've got a good employee that gets sick and it's a treatable disease, if they get the best medical care, they're back with you working sooner than they would be if they just carried on living with the illness and then fixing it as and when they could afford to, which is a very stupid way of approaching your healthcare. But it's a way that lots of Americans have to deal with it because of this stupid healthcare system that they've got. The other problem that American healthcare systems have got is, I think I might be rambling about a subject that I've already talked about and we're getting off topic, but I'll just finish this thought. American healthcare system is modular. States, in fact hospitals, are responsible for their own purchases of drugs and so forth, which means that they've got a very small budget, which means they're not in a position to demand discounts. They're not in a position to bargain the price of the drugs down. In the United Kingdom, the NHS has a central buying power. They buy all the drugs for the whole health system, and then the various local authorities pay the NHS back from their budget. And so the NHS, with its central buying power, gets to demand massive discounts. Really huge, encouraging discounts. And so what ends up happening is okay, my camera ran out of space because I forgot to delete a previous video. Yes. So I'm kind of done. Yeah, let's get back on track to politics as entertainment, and more particularly House of Cards, US. So it's a fantastic show, but it's also a very interesting show. It's the second, but absolutely most successful version of Netflix' new adventure in TV broadcasting. They have paid for and commissioned a TV series, and they commissioned all 13 episodes of the first series, and it was all dumped on Netflix on the same day, I think February 18th, 2013 or 2013. So just over a year ago. Because Netflix have recognised that people don't watch a program on a specific day once a week for 22 weeks. That's not how people do it anymore. I know I don't, because I can't commit stuff. My life is too complicated. Particularly when it will be more complicated when I'm back in the UK. I tend to binge. I did watch The West Wing episode after episode once a week, but I would occasionally miss an episode, and it would be infuriating. And it's easier in the 21st century to do that. We've got PVRs. It was more difficult with VHS, and it became very much more difficult when people abandoned VHS for DVD, and then subsequently Blu-ray, because those things are expensive, and you can't record and then re-record as easily as you could with the VHS machine. But we got PVR. It's essentially a hard drive in a box. Now, if you don't know what PVR is, then you're either too young, because PVR is kind of dead now, or you've still got a VHS machine. A lot of people have PVR by virtue of the fact that they've got Sky, so they've got something called My Sky. I don't know what it's called in the UK anymore. I really couldn't care less. Sky is a service I hate with a passion. And when we get back to the UK, we will probably go with TiVo on Virgin Media. TiVo records the programs that you want it to record, but it sort of learns the kind of things you like, and it offers up a curated service. And it's got this thing called thumbs up and thumbs down. You can thumb up to say you like something, or thumb down to say you don't. And the more you use it, the more it learns what you like. So the more it targets your programming. So it might actually discover something you will end up liking by accident. I don't know if House of Cards is on TiVo. I doubt it, because where there is a Netflix service, then Netflix are going to want you to watch the program on their service. Given that House of Cards is bloody awesome, that the second series is out now, that they've commissioned a third series, I think we will go with Netflix as well as TiVo, but that will be it. I would love it if HBO was available over here over there in the UK when I get back, because so much of what I like is on HBO. I would love to be able to watch The Daily Show every single day, but it was on a channel called More 4, and then they stopped doing it. They introduced a once a week thing called the Global Edition, and that's bull. I don't want to watch one half-an-hour program that dilutes 2.5 hours of programming. That's not what I want. I want to watch The Daily Show as it's experienced by the Americans. I would like to watch it the day the Americans experience it, but that's a little bit harder. They broadcast it in the late evening. That would be the early evening. I would prefer, sort of a slightly time-shifted version. I don't know. I love The Daily Show. I like the Colbert Report. I like Bill Maher's program. I forget what it's got the word real in it somewhere. Real time or something. I forget now. But his is an HBO. Actually, The Daily Show and Colbert Report are not HBO. They're Comedy Central. Real Time with Bill Maher, that's what it is. Real Time with Bill Maher. He used to do a thing called Politically Incorrect. He got fired from that, for reasons that I may or may not explain in another show. I think the reason for firing him was bullshit. I think the reason for firing him was politically motivated, but, Anyway. I like political satire. I like political satire, but I also like politically motivated shows. So, as I said, political satire fits right in with The Thick of It, which is an amazing show about which started out as the first 2 series were about the government. They like to stick with the political reality of what's going on in the world as the programme's being broadcast, and so the third series became about being in opposition and about the civil servants that shifted to be in power with a completely different government. It's amazingly funny. They made a film called In the Loop, which featured some Americans because they wanted to feature the work of Armando Iannucci, who is essentially the thrust behind the program. He has got an American program which he runs, which is, I think, in its 3rd series, which is called Veep, which stars Julia Louis-Dreyfus, who was Elaine Bennis in Seinfeld. She plays the vice president, who is for short known as VP or Veep, and it looks amazing. I don't get to watch it because it's not on a channel that I can see in the UK or New Zealand. I think it's on a cable channel, and our last sort of 2.5 to 3 years in the UK, we didn't have cable or satellite because the way that the house was set up. I really hope that the house that we've got is set up so that I can get cable, but I don't know. We'll see what we see. But yeah, no, the US House of Cards is my program of the moment. They showed the whole series over the course of a week, and I didn't realise it was happening until it was almost too late, and I managed to get the first 9 episodes in before they stopped. And they're up to they're showing it once a week on Sundays at stupid o'clock, Saturday night stupid o'clock, which is bloody stupid. It's such an excellent program, and to stick it on in a graveyard like 10:30 in the evening. Oh, excuse me, I do apologise, but I've discovered that if I try and suppress these sneezes, they just keep going. If I just let them out, then they I do 2 batches, and then they're gone. Ooh, hello. Ooh, not been concentrating. I got an hour and a half. Let's see where we are in the world and how far away we are from a... I think after we've passed Frankfurt we will hit... Yeah. Oh, what a shame. Going in the other direction, I have not discovered that. So I'm looking forward to... I will try and get the box sets of Veep. But yes, as I said, people don't experience TV once a week anymore. They binge it, and Netflix have realised this. They... I believe Netflix were responsible for Arrested Development's return to TV as well, and they did exactly the same thing with Arrested Development. Amazon have got the same thing going on with another political satire that I would love to be able to watch, with John Goodman, about a bunch of Republican congressmen that share a kind of frat house. I can't remember what that's called, and I'm not in a position at the moment to stop. Once we're getting our rest, I'll have a quick look and see what's what. Okay. I would love for my rest stop to have coincided with a break in my video, and I think I could have managed that if I had been smart enough to remember to remove the footage. But I wasn't, and I didn't, and it didn't, and so I didn't. If that makes any sense to you whatsoever. Yes. So, February I think it was February the 28th or February the 18th last year, 2013, they dumped all 13 episodes of House of Cards Series 1. They did the same just recently with Series 2. That all got dropped onto Netflix, like I think it was like a month ago now. I don't know, it depends. I might not... I will certainly buy the Blu-ray box sets of House of Cards 1 and 2, because I'm pretty sure that they will be available for me when I get back to the UK, and that's what we do. We get a box set. When my wife returns to the UK, we will get the box set of Series 3 of Game of Thrones, because we're ready for it. Yeah, that's how we experience stuff now. I don't know what the image quality is like. I'd like to hope it's 1080, but I think it's more likely that it's, for bandwidth's sake, it's 720. We will have a very high quality, high-speed internet connection when we get back to the UK, because I am going to want to be uploading videos to YouTube, and I'm going to want to be streaming, and I'm going to need a decent bandwidth to do that. So that's my plan. But yes, but to return to political and politics as an entertainment, when I was just... Oh, damn it, have I passed it? Oh, you kidding me? I've done my usual bloody stupid trick of passing. Crap. Alright, I'm going to have to take a left. I'm going to have to get off. I think, yeah, I'm going to have to get off the road here and go to this. I think I've done this before. I don't know where. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to explore this road and then probably get back on this road. It's going to take me a little bit longer than it should do. Right, I must concentrate. I must take the next exit. Oh, crap. And bye-bye. Oh, are you kidding me? If I had not missed my junction, I would not have done that. Bye-bye, excellent. You cannot get an excellent with a percentage of damage on your fuckity fuck. Alright, we have to take the next exit. That's getting a bit risky. But we're not going to miss another exit because we're really tired and can't be bothered with that. But what it will mean is that we'll get to travel on a road that we haven't travelled on before. We'll get to explore a new part of the road network that we've not seen in this playthrough. Yeah, I know, buddy, I'm getting tired. So while I was sat there checking my menus and stuff, I noticed that over the course of a week of in-game driving, my driver earns 1.6. Sorry, my business earns 1.6 million pounds. This is awesome. Right, we're approaching our exit, so let's foot off the gas. We've got some spare time. We're not going to need to sleep again after we get this rest break, because we're down to under 10 hours now. And for our delivery, obviously that'll be down. We'll probably get an hour back. I must not pass the rest stop. So, where are we? Oh, we're going to start getting fined soon. That's fine, it's £120, I believe. Oops, sugar. Right, that's alright. We've got a right turn coming up. And we are going to get a fine, at least one fine before we get to the rest stop. I believe. Oh no, maybe not. I can see the rest stop on my mini-map. Maybe we won't. Maybe we will. We will. We need petrol, so I am going to put some petrol in. I might sacrifice the £120 to the gods of fuel. Yeah, I know. So far, the load hasn't appeared as unbalanced as I feared it. Oh, crap. No. Right, this is one of those ones on the left-hand side where the truck stop is on the left-hand side, and I have to... There we go. Yeah. That's fine. Oh, God. 3 in the morning? Really? Right. I do keep forgetting to put that parking brake on. I don't think that's ever going to happen. Right, top up. Right, we've got 634. We've got 1.634 million pounds, which is enough. Actually, it's enough. It's so much more than we need. 120,000 was what we needed for 2 garages. Not that we can get 2 garages in one journey. Right, £866 for 741.1 litres. But we now have enough money that we can buy the garage and still have over £1 million left. I find that a little bizarre. Right, that worked out okay. That worked out better than expected. Right. We are going to take the next major right turn, so we've got a bit of a wiggly road. I recognise this road, so I think I've done it in another profile. Although, actually, I think there's also a road very much like this on the way to Italy from Austria or Germany. So it might just be that I'm remembering that road. But I'm pretty sure that I have driven along this road at some point in another profile. Wow. My feeling is that we're going to have a lot more money than we need by the time we get to Bratislava. And then in the next video, we will buy the garage at Bratislava, we will upgrade it, we will buy 5 trucks, and we will hire 5 drivers. And we will increase our empire. Every time you buy a garage, it does mean that you can fast travel. So what I might do at some point, once we've bought all of the garages, in order to get to the roads that I want to, I might start fast travelling to cities that are near them, and that might, once I've got all of the garages and I've recruited all of the drivers that I can, and I've upgraded all of the, well, that doesn't preclude me upgrading, but once I've got all of the garages that I can, and because I've recruited all the available drivers, then it will be about getting 100% of the map. We will spend the money that we won't have anything else to spend on upgrading all of the lorries. So, and hopefully by then I will either have managed to persuade someone else to, or managed to do myself, create the custom cab skin, and we'll start applying that custom cab skin for my little business. So we are now, I think, getting back on track. Let's just quickly check out the map. Yeah, that's where we were going to go, and we've already driven on that road. So actually, fantastically, I think we're going on a whole bunch of roads we've never been on before. Now, you can see by the little yellow laybys and stuff that we've been on that road, and we've been on that road. Never been to Bratislava though. But yes, this whole section here, brand new to us, which is fantastic. Oh, crap. I was looking at the amount of time we have left, and by taking that detour, we've increased the amount of time it's going to take us to get to our destination, which has pushed us over our 10-hour. We've still got 23 hours, so we can still take another rest, and I might do that sooner rather than later. We'll see. I like the flexibility of having 3 rest breaks available to me when I reach the city. But yeah, we've over 11 hours. I don't like that. So once we've got a chunk in, significantly under 10 hours. And now, obviously, I always make up a little bit of time. So I've got a spare hour. I might not, you know. Whoops. Bye bye £80. Damn it, I knew that was going to happen. How much damage have I done to the load? No extra damage to the load, that's fine. I just clipped the corner of the car, which was bad news. Let's rock and roll. We need to make up some time. Oop, that was nearly bad news. Oof, we are swinging left and right. Swinging a pants. Which is a reference you might only get if you were English and grew up in the 80s. Oof. I didn't think that would turn out well. A very long truck on a blind corner. But we are making up some time. Time where we would normally be trapped behind vehicles. Okay, we've got a slow corner coming up. So yes, other than Kevin Spacey, who is the only person so far that I've mentioned, there's also a couple other people that you might have heard of. Robin Wright, married to Sean Penn, possibly most famous, I would believe, for The Princess Bride, which is probably her earliest work, but she's been in a bunch of other things. I like her in, she's in fact, where she met her future husband, Sean Penn, with a Gary Oldman film about where Sean Penn plays a former Irish gang member who goes away to Boston and comes back to comes back to New York to go undercover. I was going to check something out, wasn't I, on during the break, and I got so fascinated by petrol and my stupidity at missing the rest stop that I never mind. Yes, he goes back. I forget what the film's called, but it is quite an excellent piece of work. Oh crap, that's not good. That's really not good. Crap. Okay, I've really screwed the pooch on this one. I am going to have to call for help. 3 hours and 20 minutes. I can afford 3 hours and 20 minutes, I think. Ugh, gosh. That is why it's a very bad idea. Nuremberg, right, where did it take us? Is it taking us backwards? Where the hell are we? Okay, I don't know. Let's repair. £34,000. It's not what I wanted. It's not as big a deal as it used to be. Right, let's. What is a big deal is that we have totally screwed the load. 9 hours. Oh, fuck it, we're in Nuremberg. Let's. Seeing as we're going to be late anyway. Let's discover the Volvo dealer. And let's do a UE. I gotta get something out of this disaster of a journey. Oh, let's not crash again, eh? And that will be our recruitment agency up there. Right. Let's get back on track. Okay, we've lost 3 hours, which is bad news because it puts us, it shaves time off our rest allocated time. So, we got 18 hours and it should take us 9. Yeah, that only gives us 9 spare hours. We haven't got time for another rest, which means that we've got to have a rest in 5 hours. We're going to be late. This is a disaster. And this all started because I missed a rest stop on the route that I was initially given. We would have been alright if I hadn't driven over that lorry. Them's the brakes. So I need to try and claw some time back on my journey, which is the reason why we crashed in the first place, because I have missed out on that extra road that we're not going to discover those extra bits of road that I was driving on. So that's a bummer as well. We're back on a road that I've already driven on quite a few times, which is a real shame. A real shame. But we are on a big 3-lane road, which is easier. Oh, we're getting off a big 3-lane road. We might be getting back onto a 2-lane road. That might not serve us very well. Are we getting off, or are we getting onto another 3-laner? So, another 3-laner. Yeah, so Robin Wright's another name you might have heard of. Kate Mara you may or may not have heard of. She plays a young reporter. Who else is there? Actually, there aren't that many famous people in it. There are a bunch of faces you'll recognise from other things, but you won't know their names. But yeah, no, they seem to have acquired performers for parts who can perform rather than people who have faces. To be honest, The first 2 episodes were directed by David Fincher. David Fincher, you may know, directed Seven. He directed Alien 3. He directed The Game. He's an excellent American director. If you're not into movies but you're into music, you might know that he directed a lot of Madonna's famous 1990s videos, music videos. But the thing about it is, the thing that is so, aside from the excellent performances, which is obviously what film and television are about, the thing that makes it stand out from almost every other TV program that's on at the moment, with maybe 1 or 2 notable exceptions, is the writing, particularly the dialogue. There's 1 or 2 occasional, they stray once or twice occasionally into cliche territory, but for the most part it's interesting. They don't cling to the usual political drama tropes. They refrain from using jargon as much as possible, which I think is wonderful. But they don't stop and explain everything to the audience. The character, Francis Underhill, talks directly to the audience periodically throughout the episode. And when it's done, when they do it, they do it for a particular reason. He needs to say something that you're not going to get from the scene itself. Very much like in a novel, you're getting to hear his inner thoughts, which particularly given that he's a politician, are completely at odds with what he's actually saying. And it's wonderful, absolutely wonderful. We're doing all right. We seem to be making up. We think we've made up an hour already. So what we've got 17 hours to do it. 3 hours before we need a rest. We've got 7 hours, so 7 plus 11 is 18. So we might actually make it with an hour. Maybe it would be over an hour. Maybe, but we do have 3.5 hours before we've got to take a rest. So we're putting the pedal to the metal in an attempt to get there. We'll see how it goes. But this has been a bit of a disaster for me. It's £34,000 in repair bills. We've got 15% damage to the load, which is going to be a significant chunk of experience lost and a significant chunk of money. But to be honest, I'm more worried about the experience at this point. My other drivers are earning me a lot of money, and they're not crashing like I am. We are absolutely going to have enough money to completely refit, and we knew that before the journey, but we're going to have enough money to buy and completely fit out an upgraded Bratislava without dipping below the $1 million club, the $1 million mark, which is excellent. As I said, we've still got 6.5 hours of journey time left. So that's good. Well, that's 6.5 hours in which we can earn more money. We are probably going to have a rest. That's another 11 hours where our drivers are going to be earning us money. This is also good. It sets us up well for our next foray, our next... we lost money there. That's not good. More money coming in. More income. Yeah, so the £2,500 mitigated the £1,300 of maintenance and fuel bills from the other driver that couldn't find a load to go home. I do wish that they would just go from city to city. It seems only I do that. They all go back to Liverpool, which is a shame. I'm thinking maybe if I picked London, they wouldn't have such a hard time getting a return journey. So the wonderful thing is that they do a lot of the episodes, almost all the episodes, are filmed in Maryland and Washington, D.C. So this where they need to have a building that is absolutely Washington. So the Capitol building, the White House. Although they don't really deal with the White House very much. The National Mall, things like that, where they visit those sites that are very, very peculiarly Washington, and by peculiar I mean unique. Sorry, very uniquely Washington. They will film that stuff in Washington, but for the most part they film in Maryland. I would imagine they do that because they get a tax break. Because they're coming in, a lot of money is spent in the local area, a lot of locals are hired. Then what happens is the local council will give them a tax break, which can be millions of dollars. Right. There's a rest stop that I haven't visited. 2 hours and 17 minutes. Let's do it. We're gonna have to have a rest. We're gonna be late anyway, so fuck it. Excuse my French, but yeah, we're still 5 hours away, so we can't cope with a 5-hour. Right, let's get on with it. Engine on. So we've got just under 7 hours to make this delivery. Ooh, we might make it. Just under 7 hours, and it's going to take us just under 5. We're not going to be late. I don't quite know how that's worked. Right, we're leaving Austria. That was the Austrian flag. Or maybe we're entering Austria. No, we're leaving Austria. Where are we? Yeah, we're entering Austria. Sorry, my bad. We're leaving Germany and entering Austria. So we're going to zip through the northeast corner of Austria into Slovakia. We've got £1.724 million, which is more than we need. Oh, come on, Brandon. What's the matter with you? £1,052. See, the further you get into this game, the more their failure to find a job costs you. I think that money there, Joshua, that was a loan instalment paid. I don't know where we are in the loan either. Yeah. Don't know at all. In fact, I want to know. 55. Okay, we've got 15 loan instalments. And that's not bad. That's probably another 6 or 7 journeys, 6 or 7 videos. So, as I've previously said, I'm trying to build up a bank of videos so that I've got enough to cover while I am in the UK, and this laptop remains in New Zealand, and the game remains in New Zealand. Once I get back, I'm not going to keep that. I'm probably not going to be able to keep that pace up. As I said, once I get back to the UK, I'll be recording these things in the evening, and I won't have as much time to do them, which means that I will be slowing down, which means that I'll probably do one a week, so that the backlog catches up, so that I slowly get back to being real time, as opposed to recording them in the past and delivering them in the future, as it were. I don't want to be more than, when I'm back in the UK, I don't want to be more than a week behind. Once I have, I'm launching 3 of these a week. I'm putting them up Monday, Wednesday and Friday. I'm not going to give a specific time because I can't. I don't know when I'm going to be able to load them. Just at some point on Monday and Wednesday and Friday, these things go up. Now, obviously, if I'm away from home, I cannot upload them because I don't have access to the computer, and the mobile version of YouTube doesn't let you doesn't let you manage your videos, which is really bloody annoying, as it's not like it's a difficult thing to orchestrate. But yes, when I was in Australia, I couldn't launch. I did have access to the internet, but it was at a hotel's internet, and the speed was too slow for YouTube to work, so it wouldn't let me launch YouTube at all, which was annoying. But that's just the way it is. So I'm more than 2 hours ahead, so I've got plenty of time. I don't have to rush to park. I can take my usual diabolical, exceedingly long time about parking. Yes. So I will slow down my production of these when I get back to the UK, and I'll probably do one a week until I've got a bank of 6 videos. So I'm 2 weeks ahead, or 3 videos, so I'm a week ahead, and then I'll do them 3 times a week. But I am going to want to start doing other things once I get back to the UK, particularly when I've got a decent computer. I'm going to want to start presenting other videos so that I can appeal to other gamers who aren't necessarily interested in Eurotruck. I've got Scania Truck Driving Simulator, and I want to put some of those together and get them online, and I can't do that if I'm doing this all the time. And as I said, I'm putting 3 a week up, so I really only need to do 3 a week. So I mean, my once I'm at level 150 with this profile, I'm probably going to stop, particularly if I've got to 100% on map discovery. And I'm going to want to do this with a steering wheel on a higher quality, and I'm going to want to stream, and streaming takes time. So all of these things are going to eat into my ability to do a buttload of these videos. Now, they're not massively popular at the moment, and obviously they're extremely low tech, which is, in a high tech era, is probably not the best thing. But that's just the way it is. And I am cutting these corners like a proper Formula 1 driver, baby. Oh, this load has been a disaster. It was all right until I missed that rest stop, and it was all right until I started rushing to try and make up lost time, which, as it turned out, I probably really didn't need to do. Overtaking on single lanes, though, was really difficult, but it's extraordinarily frustrating being stuck behind a vehicle that you know you're faster than. especially when you know that it is costing you. I'm going to just go through. I'm just going to go for shits and giggles. I'm going to go through this rest stop because I've got extra time, and I may never visit this road again, and I may not go to this rest stop again. I'm just going to do it because I can. I don't know why I suddenly felt like I should do that, but I felt like I should do that. And I didn't lose anything on main road discovery. Mind you, I've been on this road before, so. Well, that was fun, a diversion. I don't know whether it was a worthwhile thing to do, and I don't know how much time it's cost me, but it was amusing to do. So, I'm actually probably going to have to. Oh, damn it! I should have stopped in that rest stop. I'm going to have to stop here because I've got to upload the footage because I've run out of time. Okay, bear with me a moment while I put the footage up. Okay, job done, footage off, back to the journey. Just over an hour of in-game time, so there's not much of this journey left. Oh look, 1,747,747. 747. I like seeing patterns. So, yes. No. I have no idea what I'm talking about. I've completely lost the thread. So, as stated, I will binge watch this again. I'm watching it. I watched the first 8 episodes on my own, one after the other, and then I watched the first 3 again with my wife, and they do bear repeated viewings. I've spotted stuff that I missed or didn't quite understand. You know, he speaks with a Carolina accent, which isn't 100% fathomable. I don't know why they did that. They've made him they've made him a Democrat in the original TV series. He was a conservative, which would have made him a Republican. They've made him from South Carolina in the deep south of the United States, which means that he's got a very bumpkin accent. In the original UK version, he's posh. So he's, if they were going to follow the pattern of the original show, he should have been from New England or Maine or New Hampshire. Alright, we are driving through Vienna, which for some reason we have discovered but haven't driven around, because I can see. Okay, that is bonkers. Hang on. How have we driven to Vienna but not found that? Okay, well, I am not going to miss out a left and a loop, and then we'll do a figure 8. I'm going to miss out on that. I've been to Vienna. We bought a garage there. It's got 5 drivers in it. It's the capital of Austria. Why would we not visit it? Why would we not discover it all? Okay, well, it's a mystery that I'm not sure I will solve. Yeah. Oh no, let's go. No, I think I did that and I made an error there. recruitment agency. Yeah, I think I can handle that. So we've discovered that we've got both the discoverables. We've got the truck dealership. Now we've just got to get there. I got away with that red light. And I think that gets us back on track. Is that right? Oh no, we've still missed a bit. We're going to turn right at this roundabout. And get that last bit to the map. And then I think we'll turn left. Oh, this is possibly quite boring for you, I do apologise, and we are near the end of the video as well, so you're probably expecting me to just get on with it. But we've been to Vienna and I can't understand why on earth we wouldn't have visited all of the roads in Vienna. I've spent quite a lot. I've spent nearly £1,000 in road fines. Iveco, that was what it was. It was an Iveco dealership. Right, we're back on our way to Bratislava. So Vienna. Why on earth did we not visit Vienna? I might go back and look at the Vienna video. There might be a particular reason. It might be that we dropped in for we might have passed through and decided to buy the garage on our way through, and that's why we didn't explore it. But does seem a little bizarre to me, so we've still got plenty of time. That didn't cost us, didn't make us late. We're going to zip through that. Yeah, that's it's number 5, so it's over £1,000 now. Well over £1,000 actually, probably 1,500. But one driver should cure that. We've got a left hand coming up here, so I'm going to ease off the gas. No, I think this is simply an access road to... Maybe it's not actually. I was going to say I think this is an access road to our delivery, but I don't think it is actually, because it goes somewhere else. That's fine. So we'll do this and we'll end the video, and then in the next video we will buy our garage in Bratislava. We will buy the trucks, we'll recruit the drivers, and we'll explore Bratislava if we haven't already. Right, a right turn. It's remarkable what you do when you can. It's remarkable what you can do when you actually pay attention to the bleeding GPS. We have been on that road before. We've been to Bratislava before because we're not discovering it. Oh no, we haven't. We haven't been to Bratislava. Interesting. There is a discoverable. And what we can do is we can whiz past. And we can do a double loop and then come back. And let's get the discovery of Bratislava out of the way, given that we've got a little bit of extra time on our hands. So we're now in Slovakia, and Bratislava is right on the border according to the game. I don't know whether that's true to life. I wouldn't want my capital city right on a border with another nation. I certainly wouldn't want it historically to have been there, because it leaves you open to invasion, gives you no buffer. Nothing to protect you. Right. Ooh, look at that, nearly £10,000 in income. That's good. Do you see the signs for Brno? We've been to Brno. We've already been to Brno. Bratislava is discovered. I wonder what the percentage of speeding. Of course I am. Gosh, this is really costing me a lot of money. So we're going to take a left turn. Oh, crap. Get off my truck. Right, how much damage did that do? Oh, another 4% to the load. That was all to the load. Oh, this is not good. Oh, come on, put your foot down, scumbag. Right, so we'll do a loop, and then we'll go back and do another loop, a larger loop. Yep, this has been a disaster in more than one ways. It's taken me half an hour longer to make this video than normal because of having extra footage on that I didn't know was still there. And then I missed my and I normally I video 2 of these things a day while I'm trying to get my backlog ahead of itself. But I'm not going to get to film 2 today because this one has taken so long. The footage takes about 15 to 20 minutes. Oh, I've discovered a Mercedes dealer. It takes about 15 to 20 minutes to upload the footage. Damn it. Oh no, of course. Of course, as soon as I want to go around, I'm going to tuck in because I need to turn left and do the bigger loop. So I lost about half an hour of time, which I was already cutting it fine to get 2 done today. I lost about half an hour of my time with the extra upload. That's the only problem with these warnings is they're up there for far too long, and it means you can't see the mini-map. Which means you cannot... I just made that one just in time. Oh shit! Thankfully, it doesn't consider that damage. I was a bit worried that that would be damage there for a second. Ah, nuts. Yeah. Not really a great deal I can do about that. And I'm about to incur another fine, I think. Yeah. Ugh, damn it. This has been a bad... Ooh, do I? Let's do it now. And I don't have to worry about it later. Oh, you're kidding me. Alright, no. Alright, what you're witnessing is some terrible driving, primarily I think because I'm just pissed off. I'm really pissed off. Right, yes, we want to buy this garage. No. Oh, they got a lot of those ugly-ass high-rises in Bratislava. Right, let's reverse into our load. And we'll do all of the upgrading and stuff tomorrow. Right, let's go and get rid of this load. So we've discovered Vienna and we've discovered Bratislava, and we've had one massive crash, one minor crash, and we've driven like an absolute tool. And we gave up on our discussion of politics as entertainment. To be honest, we weren't really talking about politics as entertainment, we were talking about TV and the like. No, this is a nice big one. Not too much that we can crash into, but you know me, if I can find a thing to crash into, I usually give it a go. Right, let's try and straighten this up. And fucked. I'm in a bad mood. I do apologise, but sometimes there's just nothing you can do about it. You're in a bad mood. You're in a bad mood, and I am in a bad mood. There's a bunch of factors, but mostly it's my poor standard of driving in this game. In this particular journey, as it were. I think that should be it. Really? You're not going to give me that? It's bonkers. What it judges as... There we go. Right, okay. Out of reverse. Parking brake on. Engine off. Okay, are you ready for this? This is not going to be good. Tolerable. Oh, that's awful. That's awful, that's awful. We are level 29, and we did take a big chunk out of 29 in spite of that terrible, terrible, terrible performance. So, driven distance 1,680 kilometres, time taken 44 hours and 8 minutes, fuel consumed 623 litres. Base reward of £36,962 and 1,680 XP. Proficiency bonus for level 28 of £15,524. ADR delivery bonus for class 6 of 352 XP. Long distance delivery bonus for skill rank 5 of £7,248 and 420 XP. Urgent delivery bonus for skill rank 4 of £4,349 and 336 XP. Bonus for parking the trailer of 45 XP. And then we come to the damage penalty, 20%. That is absolutely by far and away... I was going to say by far and away my worst performance, but I'm not sure it is now. Actually, I'd have to have a think about that. Anyway, so 20% damage to the vehicle, to the cargo, which cost us £2,367. More crucially, it cost us 244 XP. This did leave us with a total of £61,718 and 2,589 XP. We're level 29. This profile has a lifetime XP of 95,142, and our new target for level 30 is 99,700. I think we're about a third of the way there already. We were a gnat's whisker away from level 29 already. But that does mean that we have a skill point to acquire to apply, and it does mean that we have our penultimate truck upgrade to have a look at. So that's what we're going to do in the next video. We're going to apply that skill point. We're going to look at the upgrades, although I very much doubt there'll be anything in there for us that'll be interesting. You never know. Then we're going to get to the business of repairing our truck, buying 5 new trucks, upgrading Bratislava's garage to hold 5 vehicles, and hiring 5 new truck drivers to drive those trucks from and to Bratislava. And then we'll get to our next load, and hopefully we won't be quite so bloody awful as we were today. Today we were truly bloody awful. So, thank you for putting up with that, although I would imagine possibly you were quite entertained by it. If that's the case, then you're welcome. But thank you for watching this video. Thank you for watching any of my videos. And until the next time, I'll see you on the road.